It was 43 years ago when Dan Lindh felt called to serve at Presbyterian Homes Services. He describes this decision and every day since as taking steps of faith into an unknown future. When Dan started at PHS, 180 employees served around 200 older adults in Minnesota. Today, the PHS family now includes nearly 7,000 employees, serving 27,000 older adults. Dan has served as CEO for 23 years, leading the organization that now includes 50 senior communities, offering an expansive continuum of services. More than ever, PHS is firmly rooted in its mission to honor God by enriching the lives and touching the hearts of older adults. Dan is a transformative leader owing largely to his compassionate, generous nature. He leads quietly, with a strong spirit and faith that guide him. In his time since joining PHS, Dan has channeled these qualities into developing innovative, robust programs. PHS launched Optage Home and Community Services, partnered with Genevive and Alina Health to provide value-based insurance products with a mobile primary care model, established international nurse recruitment from the Philippines, started and endowed the biblically based Hugh K. and Margaret S. Schilling Leadership Institute, and created senior housing partners to bring new project development in-house and to support other providers, having now developed 80 senior communities at a capital cost in excess of $4 billion. Dan has served on numerous boards including LeadingAge Minnesota and LeadingAge National, as well as on the LeadingAge LTSS Task Force. There is no limit to Dan's commitment to the success of others. He is a mentor, confidant, and cheerleader for all. He is a servant leader who believes in motivating and uplifting others, not for recognition, but to follow his calling to serve God's people. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2019 LeadingAge Award of Honor recipient, Dan Lindh.
Thank you, Steve. By the way, did you notice that he put the award here and he took it with him? These things are kind of short-lived, so you got to keep that in perspective. But I'm humbled by the opportunity to be here. In this audience are some of the best leaders and most capable organizations in our field. I've learned much from and been taught much by a lot of people in this room. I wasn't sure I'd be able to be here to accept this today until I figured out that it presented an opportunity to reflect on God's faithfulness and to thank the people in this room and others who have been a substantial part of the journey. And there are 7 that I would like to just briefly acknowledge. The first is LeadingAge of Minnesota, my colleagues there, Gail Penbold, and our community. It's not by accident that we probably have the heaviest penetration of not-for-profits per capita and per provider group in the country in our state, Minnesota, where we started. So thanks to you. For Katie Sloan and our national board and this great organization, it's a privilege to be a part of. Most significant in my journey is the 10 plus or minus years on 3 different committees, studying international models. We had the chance to learn from architects of systems, paradigm systems for living older health services for OECD countries around the world, a number of them, to model the impact of what that might be in the United States, to learn what CMS thinks about them. That was probably more influential in my thinking and the direction of our organization than pretty much anything else I can think of. Also want to acknowledge our leadership team, our Presbyterian Homes leadership team. We have a deep team. I think we have one of the best teams in the country, if not the best, and I stack them up end to end against any for-profit or non-profit. I'm grateful for that. And one more little thing, they're all sitting in the front row here, so that's really comfortable for them. They're usually hanging around the exits in the very back or wandering around, so thank you for your patience here today. And then one of our hallmarks as an organization has been a remarkable board, Fortune 50 type leaders, people we ask to push us hard so that we can deliver on our mission. And most days I think that's a good idea. Sometimes I wonder. But we want to say thanks to them for their part in the journey. Next, I want to acknowledge the caregivers and partners in ministry, their dedication and sacrifice and commitment, and focus on purpose in the face of staffing challenges and limits on what we can pay and how we can help them is extraordinary. And it's personal for me right now because my mom is in a care center, one of ours, and she's on hospice. And so I get to that care center, different shifts during the week, almost every weekend for sure, get to interact with them. And when I see those anchoring, mentoring people that are holding it together, none of us would be here if it weren't for them. So thank you to them, and they're part of the journey. And two more. The next is for Jeannie, for her partnership for 39 years now. And I know I wouldn't be here today without you, so thank you. And in the end, our Lord's blessings. Numbers of times when we thought we'd hit the wall, persevered, the Lord opened up doors we didn't know that we were there. And Isaiah 26:12 summarizes it pretty much the best, and it says this bluntly: all that we have accomplished, God has done for us, period. Not-for-profits were not started by the timid or because the journey was easy, but because the challenges were great and societal needs were significant. Founders of those organizations determined it by faith and perseverance and sacrifice to step into those gaps. Now, as it relates to our country, the challenges are about to come a lot greater than I think any of us can even imagine. Jeremy Siegel of the Wharton School says the aging of our society is the most important economic issue facing our country and the industrialized world. Policymakers haven't figured that out yet. Bob Kramer, the founder of Nick, says the plane is getting bigger, the runway is getting shorter. He's confident we will land the plane, but it's going to be a really rough landing. I'm kind of in his camp. A large part of the answers and our solutions to these challenges, I believe, belong to the not-for-profit community, to the leaders and organizations in this room. Collectively, we have an opportunity to make a difference in individual lives and society as a whole. Very few people in our world can say that. Very few have an opportunity to invest their lives in a challenging and yet purpose-rich environment like we do. The term our team often uses when we talk about these things are several, but first, insurmountable opportunity. Let's anchor our work and purpose. Let's be good stewards, and let's take the next step. Thank you.